Hey guys, welcome to this week's chat about The Bachelorette.
Hey everybody, let's chat about The Bachelorette.
It's back, and this season's Bachelorette is JoJo.
Remember, she was the one who came on the hose down, whatever that
Driveway
with the unicorn thing on
unicorn
her
head. You know what? I like JoJo. She seems down to earth and like funny. I don't have anything against her. Sometimes, you know, it's gonna be rough when you go into a season just like not liking who they picked. But I feel good about JoJo.
You know, I'm neither here nor there, really. I don't hate her, and I'm not like, oh, JoJo.
Well, I'm not saying I'm like, oh, JoJo's the best ever. You know what I mean. All right, there's gonna be plenty of that. So we get a little flashback of her time on Ben's season because
I can guarantee
we need a little refresher.
I'm not gonna blindside you.
Yeah, so like, this is a blindside.
I love you, but I love somebody else more. I just don't love you as much.
Maybe he didn't love either of them. I'm just saying. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we know her story.
I deserve somebody good like Ben.
It's her turn now. So before she can dive into it,
it's a hen party and you cry if you want to.
They bring back some of the...
and Des and Caitlin are there.
Some of the former Bachelorettes to give her advice.
Because they were successful. Pretty much. Maybe not from the show, but Allie's pregnant now, and
Des is pregnant
now, and
Caitlin's engaged.
Caitlin's trying to get pregnant now.
All right, so the main thing we took away from this is ignore the ones you like for just like a week, and get to know some of the other ones, because you'll still like the ones that you like a week later. How many times can I say like in one sentence?
Don't be afraid to make out with everyone. Kiss people on the first night. Blindside people. I mean,
it's gonna be really hard to get rid of people.
Yeah. Some guys I was just like, get out. And then some guys I was like, what am I doing? I want that guy.
Why didn't they tell her about the rail cry? You gotta warn people about that. It's not to be taken lightly. But anyway.
So they drink and toast.
2 wines, 2 waters.
Just 2 preggers.
All right. So let's talk about this year's contestants.
There's an erectile dysfunction doctor.
Oh, okay.
That's all.
Will he be helping out his fellow contestants? Or is he going to keep it for himself?
Maybe he's going to do the opposite for them.
Maybe he's going to mess them up. He's going to eat this.
So they hose down that dirty-ass driveway one more time.
Gotta make it sparkle. So let's talk about some of the gimmicks.
At night.
Yeah, let's talk about some of the gimmicks, because you know that's always the highlight of the premiere.
Who brings a bottle of wine and drinks it out of the bottle?
You know who? Someone who freaking watched last season and picked up on the amazingness of JoJo's mom drinking from the bottle. That was the best part of last season. I give this guy props. Attention to detail.
Your brothers are assholes. Remember that?
Yeah, so I actually approve of that one. I thought that was funny.
All right. Guilty.
There's always got to be people in costumes and stuff.
Chinese,
not that kilts are costumes.
And I'm half Scottish.
Which is fine. But then he was like, yeah, luckily for you and me, the bottom half is Scottish.
Is that like him
That's so like offensive.
Chinese guys have small wieners?
That's what he's saying.
That's not cool.
He also mentioned that he wasn't wearing any panties.
Guys don't wear panties. Ladies wear panties.
Maybe
Guys
they
wear
do.
underwear.
It's 2016.
They don't wear panties.
You can do whatever you want. Okay. What's the deal with Santa showing up? It was kind of like creepy.
I was waiting for her to say, oh, Santa, is Ben in the bag?
He gave her a present. We never found out what was in the box, right?
No.
I want to know what was in there.
It seemed like in past seasons they spent like a lot more time on like getting into the backstory of these guys. A lot of these guys were just shuffled through.
It's hard to tell them apart in the first episode. So many of them look the same.
This season, all of the guys look pretty much the same, and I would say like a third of them are from Texas.
There's a lot of Texas. Well, she's from Texas, so
I
they're
know.
like, we're gonna throw some Texas in there.
She was probably like, I don't want to travel for it, so just like make everybody from Texas.
I don't know, but I thought it was interesting that we didn't find out that Santa's name was actually Nick until like.
Well, he said
a
it's
while
Saint
into
Nick.
the but I don't know if he was actually Nick or he was just.
Why would you dress up as Santa if your name wasn't Nick?
For fun?
No. In the heat.
I don't know. Then that guy
He
showed
was
up.
so disgustingly sweaty too. When she pulled that beard off, it made me want to throw up.
With the 2 stress balls, and they just so happen to be blue. You can squeeze my balls if you get stressed.
I'll throw them in the garbage.
What about that hipster dude?
I like
his occupation was hipster. Okay.
That was, you know he's not long for the show because they said 0 about him. He's got 0% chance of winning.
Right. Well, there was this guy. He was a DJ. I actually had to cough. I wasn't like, he's a DJ, and he brought this a cappella group with him.
But was he like a DJ, or was he like a radio DJ?
Who knows? But I have a question for you guys. Okay, so there was also a singer, a country singer, who just so happened to be named James Taylor.
Yeah.
And he sang a little ditty for her.
Yeah.
Would you rather hear the contestants sing or bring in somebody fantastic like that a cappella group to
You
sing?
didn't think the guy who sang was fantastic?
He was alright. I'm not a huge country music person,
I have
though.
to say, I would rather hear the group.
You think?
Mm-hmm. Because it's uncomfortable.
It's
when
really
people sing to
uncomfortable.
you.
I actually don't mind it if I'm like
don't
dating
like
the
it.
person, but
It depends. It can be very well in a situation
a
like
chance
this.
meeting like this.
Very uncomfortable.
That's weird.
Very
It
uncomfortable.
was a little weird for the first meeting, but anyway.
Who was a motorcycle dude? Was that like freaking
Was that the Chad guy?
Freaking Chad.
We'll get there.
Who was the guy who rode in on the unicorn?
That was the other guy that she liked.
Who?
The guy.
The football guy?
The one, no,
Oh.
the nice one. The quiet, confident guy.
Oh.
I can't remember his name, but I think he's gonna make it far.
All right. She promises them it's gonna be one hell of a ride, and half of them were like, and she,
Oh wait, what?
it's gonna be an experience, and then they were like,
Yeah. So then, of course, it was all, hey, you think I could steal her for a minute? And she's all, tell me about yourself. And
The
he's all,
freaking-
I like this.
tiny Marine guy, the little Marine swole guy, grabbed her first and was like, hey, I could do push-ups.
I thought he was gonna bust out of his little suit. That suit was too small, man.
He was so small, and his pants were still too short.
No, but then they
Was
showed
that from the kids department?
They showed that shot of him sitting on the bench and his feet were hanging over, like not touching the ground.
She can't wear heels with him. That's a deal breaker. That's a deal breaker.
I don't have anything against vertically challenged people.
No.
But like the way they edited that, I was like, come on!
I'm saying a lot of girls are like, I don't want to date / marry, whatever, screw a guy who's shorter than me. It's not cool.
Alright, but anyway.
It's very superficial, but I could see that happening.
Well, maybe she doesn't care about that. She is looking for an instant connection.
She wants it to be like it happened on Ben's season, which I think is a huge mistake for her, like, thinking it's gonna,
Compare it like that. Well, I mean, she's the Ben this season, so it's a lot different.
Yeah.
So then that engineer guy was like, hey, I have this fortune teller game. Remember those?
Dude,
So much fun.
That wasn't even middle school. That was elementary
No,
school.
I played that in middle school too.
I never played that. No.
Well, you're so special.
I know, right?
But then it led to that awkward kiss.
That was horrible.
Ooh.
Horrible.
I was waiting for her to be like, you know what? Why don't you just go?
I have a cold.
You know what my intro would be if I was on The Bachelor?
Hello,
Hi, I'm. If you throw up and they're still like, oh, then
Then you know that.
maybe it'll work.
Right.
Okay.
All right. The football guy.
He had a good connection with her initially.
He blew it.
And he
wanted to
kiss her, and he didn't. So then he went back after the bad kiss with the paper fortune, and they were like slow dancing, and then he was like, let's make out.
That was extremely awkward as well, but she wanted it.
She was into it.
She wanted it.
She was into it.
All right. Let's just talk about the damn Daniel guy for a minute.
Dude.
He's all like...
Have you been keeping up with the internet the past few months?
You know that guy with the Vans who's like, damn Daniel, rocking the Vans again.
She didn't know what he was talking about.
She's like, I never heard of that. What is it? And he's like...
I've been a little busy.
Have you seen it?
I've been a little busy being on TV.
He opens his jacket. He's got a junior clip-on tie on that is this big.
I think the reason he took his clothes off is because he was embarrassed about that short tie.
If he would have kept that jacket shut, nobody would have known it.
Well, he ended up taking off almost all of his clothing.
And he jumped in the pool.
That's never a good thing on
no
the first
one
night.
ever makes it to the final whatever who jumps in the pool on the first night.
He was wasted, and he wasn't the only one.
There was an open bar, so like there's plenty of drunkies. There was a lot of guys like this walking around.
They friggin' walked in on her interview. Multiple guys.
I thought you'd like some water.
I brought this, and then I wiped my butt, and then I touched where you put your mouth on the glass, and then I brought this for you.
All right. Thank you. Get out.
Okay.
I'm doing an interview here. So then,
but then it was lovely.
Yeah. Ollie played piano.
I like that, Ollie. But then it kind of ruined it for me when he had the sheet music. Like, you couldn't have memorized that.
That was not impressive.
But I like him, because he's a little different.
I do like him. The first impression rose goes to...
Freaking football guy! By the way, football guy is like Aaron Rodgers' whatever brother. I don't watch football, but I know the name.
He's retired. He's 27 years old.
Okay. He's a former pro quarterback. He's Aaron Rodgers.
Something tells me he didn't get a lot of playtime.
I guess. But anyway, it was time for... Did we say he got the first impression rose? Yeah. So he got the first impression rose. And everybody you know is just like, okay.
Oh, football head got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then it was time for the rose ceremony, except it wasn't.
Freaking Jake Pavelka, are you even still relevant? Comes busting in there like he owns the place.
He's been there plenty of times.
You've done the dirty in that building a few times doesn't mean that you own it.
Okay, but then we were like, wait, what is he doing here? And then we were like, wait, even more, what is he doing here? Because she was like, oh yeah, he's like a family friend.
Really?
What?
Are you kidding me?
Is he from Texas or something?
A close family friend?
Maybe he's friends with, I don't know. But she was like, oh, he's like a brother to me, so like, what is he doing here? All the guys are freaking out. They're like, why is this freaking guy here? There's already enough dicks on the dance floor. Like, why? And then that guy...
Jake Pavelka. I mean, if it was the villain guy, Nick Vial.
Who I freaking would love to see on again. No, but the one guy, the super fan...
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, that's Jake Pavelka, and he was on his season, and then the other season, and then he was on Bachelor in Paradise, and then...
Yeah. He was on Bachelorette like every season.
So they were all freaking out that he would be joining the group, but then he's like, no, I'm here because I wanted to give you advice. Because you were so successful with Vienna.
Yeah, and on Bachelorette. Just be true to yourself. And have sex with everyone.
And I needed to be on TV again. Bye.
Why? What has he done?
All right. So, and then it was finally time for the real rose ceremony. Like, all the guys in the interview were like, oh, I'm just going to lose it if Santa gets picked and I don't. Or if Kilt Guy gets picked. Guess what? Santa
got picked.
made the cut. Guess who else made the cut?
The damn Daniel guy.
Drunk guy. You know that was a producer pick, and she almost, like, vomited. As she almost choked on her vomit when she was like, Daniel.
Yep. He's there for the wrong reasons.
We already had our first right reasons of the season. Love it. Okay. So, no rose for the Kilt guy. Some other guys that didn't really get much attention anyway.
No, I didn't get much backstory. It's going to be an interesting season.
Okay, that preview, though.
She likes bad boys. Okay, she kept a lot of them.
Freaking Chad.
Chad is a real D.
Freaking Chad, he's violent and dangerous, and Chris Harrison's like, the guys are like fearing for their lives.
This is gonna be the whole season. Chad versus football guy.
Yes.
The whole season.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
You don't have to watch now. We just summed it up for you. Robbie might have a girlfriend. He might have just broken up with his girlfriend to be on the show.
Wait, but what's gonna happen with Ali? We want to know. And the nice guy. I can't remember his name. The nice guy. Okay. It's gonna be crazy.
We already have names picked out for everybody.
Some of them we cannot say on this video.
All right. Chad is threatening people. That's not cool.
Is he gonna be asked to leave?
I don't
Possibly.
know.
He's like, you think I can't find out where you live? You think I'm not gonna show up at your house? What are you doing?
Chris Harrison pulls him aside and is like, excuse me, Chad. Guys are shitting their pants right now. They are totally afraid of you.
So keep it up. We need the ratings.
Our ratings are through the roof.
Yeah. So it's
Somebody gets their face busted open too. There is like a lot of blood. Something tells me maybe...
It was one of those fighting ones.
No, maybe it was like...
Or an acting one.
An acting one.
Or both.
Yeah.
They do those all the time.
All right.
All right. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. Who are your early picks?
If you don't like anybody, let us know. All right.
And until next week, much love.
Edit.